Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to just max out my Thor and really push him to the limit PvE wise offensively. So we're going to go ahead and tweak his build a bit. We're not going to go too crazy, like he already has 3 Odin's Blessings, so we're going to throw a few more on. We're not going to like max. I'm not going for rank 1 Thor because it's a very competitive scene, but we are going to be swapping over his CTP as well, because with some Pierce, and it doesn't have to be as much as I have, you can have like 8% Pierce, you start to see a big gain in PvE content, especially like World Boss Ultimate, World Boss Legend, and Story Mode Fragment farming with a Rage, with a Judgment over a Rage. So that's going to be the big change for us today. I actually have never played Thor. I'm going to go lock that up before we make any mistakes, if you know what I'm saying. But I've actually never played Thor with a Judgment, and like I was saying, I rolled a few extras. I actually rolled some really good ones. This is a 30-18-200. We also have a 30-13-200 and a 29-18. So I'm going to give him the 29-5-18, which I think is more than worthy. And even though Thor is not the best elemental damage character in the game, you know, he can't compete with Super Giant, Ebony Maw, etc. He's still really good, and I love Thor personally, and I love this look for Thor. This is one of the coolest looks in the game, and he's one of the dopest characters. So yeah, I just want to play with him. And I've actually been playing against Super Giant, so I have a bunch of balance Odin's Blessings. So I'm actually going to go ahead and replace... Actually, you know what? Let me just take a look at his details page. Okay, he doesn't need the ignore defense for sure. He's got crit damage there. Oh, he's got crit damage and dodge, so his crit damage is not maxed. Interesting. But he does need that cooldown. That's so weird. And what about his dodge? His dodge is overcapped by 20%. So I can actually go ahead and... 20% is a lot. I can go ahead and change this to movement speed or all defense, whichever one we get first. These sorts of tweaks I've been doing on a per character basis since I upgraded my cards a while back, and Thor has not gotten that upgrade since. His attack speed is also rolled on the first one. His attack speed is 9% over capped. So actually, what I can do is I can roll this to skill cooldown. Perfect. And now I'm still capped on attack speed. I'm still capped on dodge. I'm still capped on cooldown. I'm now capped on cooldown. But now I can drop all of those Urus. So what the nice thing is here, I can go ahead and equip this instead of this. I can go ahead and equip this instead of this. And that's going to be a big jump for him already. 53,000 energy attack. And he's also getting, 29% from here. So that's why he's pushing 55k, which is really nice. His crit damage is almost capped, basically. We're still 7% over capped on dodge, which we don't need to be. So we can go ahead and give him another Odin's Blessing of balance. Thor, he needs all that balance. Balance is kind of my fluff Odin's Blessing. I don't really care who I give them to, and it kind of looks cool. It goes in like a zigzag. So we're doing this more for fun than for, the absolute meta. So 54,900. I'm not really happy with that number, as you can probably tell. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this last dodge Uru with another. Hopefully I don't regret this amplify here. All right, and now we are at 55,600 with basically all the important stats yellow and capped. That's beautiful. I now have a rank 169 Thor. This is definitely destiny. So let's go ahead and take him into some content now and see how he does. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna do the raw damage heat check. We've been doing this test a lot lately, so I like this. This is Thor's leadership, which is lightning resist, completely irrelevant. We've got Jessica Jones and Gwenom offering absolutely nothing defensively or offensively, and then we just have 4 ignore dodge strikers because Thor does need that ignore dodge to go ahead and clock these hits against Knull. Knull is a slippery dude. We know this. Oh, buddy, you can't slip away. You can't slip away from thunder, buddy. You cannot slip away from thunder. So we're going to go ahead and ignore the tier 3 for a second and pop it after the fact. You want to see that stun immunity? Perfect. We dodged the second cage. Let's go, bud. Get knocked back a little bit, but that's okay. And we have a 40-second clear. I'm going to call it 40 seconds. You can call it 41 seconds if you want, but it was a 40-second clear. And we can actually go faster than that because I failed to dodge the first cage, which lost me 5 seconds. So he can do this in 35 seconds, which I think is awesome. And if I can get a little bit better, maybe he can do it in 30 seconds. So here on stage 24, we actually have 2 Ignore Dodge Strikers, but we're going to use Beta Ray Bill's leadership to juice Thor up. And I think this is going to be the biggest test of his abilities because this is literally the highest stage he can go to anyways. So we're going to give him the absolute best and see if he can put the rest to the test. And if he can be the best, like no one ever was. Na, na, na. So he gets stunned. Yeah, it's really hard to dodge the cage with Thor's co-op skill. Just gonna pop the tier 3 right away. Okay. Wind up the 4. We can dodge here with the 6. Nice. Dodge the cage. Okay, we wound up, and then we pop this tier 3. Nice, we're almost there. Okay. Okay, so a minute 40 to get down the first phase. Okay. We're going to enlist a little bit of help from Beta Ray Bill here. Just going to pop a little bit of juice at the beginning. Get him a couple bars down. Pop the tier 3. Nice. Lots of thunder. Lots of pain and suffering for Knull. That's what we want to see. We get a nice 1.5 bars from that. Probably shouldn't have popped the tier 3 there. A little bit too aggressive, but that's okay. We're gonna bait him over here. Okay, nice. Try to squeeze in some extra damage there. He's gonna do this attack. Okay. Oh, didn't want to get snared there. Gonna pop the tier 3 first. Not sure if that was the best idea. But we got him here. We may need to enlist the help of Beta Ray Bill again. Not having more ignore dodge is really what's hurting him right now, I believe. Which is why Beta, he hits for some pretty, consistent damage. Because he's got the CTP of energy. And so he's going to get that extra 40%. Oh, I didn't want to get snared there. That was annoying. Okay, nice. All right, we can relax. We can relax. We are not... We're not even close to licked. We got this. We got this, baby. Stage 24. Let's go. Okay, taking a lot of damage there. We may need to switch to beta at the end to help us out. He's a Thor. He's technically a Thor. Yeah, he doesn't have enough juice here, eh? Ooh. Oh, we got it. Yes. So you can see there that, oh man, we just need a couple more ignore dodge strikers, or if you can stomach it, you could use a CTP of energy with Thor. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but that ignore dodge is so clutch there at the end. So he gets it done. Stage 24, the absolute highest possible stage for Thor without a reforged CTP. Super happy to see that. Okay, here we go. Optimal team for Thor. We have White Fox lead with the holiday uniform, and then we've got, I believe, Coulson for the additional crit damage. Yeah. So we're only going to be applying all defense down on his we didn't get that paralysis fast enough. We're only going to be applying all defense down on his tier 3, but we are going to be applying lightning resist down on his other abilities. Whoa, and it's over. Yeah. That's basically a tier 3 one-shot. I know you guys have been asking for that video. That's basically a tier 3 one-shot. I really, really like that, because as soon as I got my tier 3 and I popped it, he was done. Let's see how he can do against stage 99 Thanos. I really am curious how he does here. So let me jump in here. In this situation, because we can't apply debuffs in the second half of the fight, we're not going to be using White Fox's lead. So we're going to swap over to Nick Fury lead, because obviously Coulson has no leadership. And here we go. Okay. Oh, we got snared. That's annoying. We're going to take a little bit of damage here. No, we're not, but we're not in optimal position for Thanos butt whooping. Let's go right through all the iframes. Oh, buddy. So close to just skipping this goofy phase with Corvus and Proxima. So close. Yeah, okay. Nice, dodged all that. Let's go. 40-second phase 1. Thanos, we're coming for you, baby. Let's go. Thor still got mad juice. In a year where so many characters got reworked, Thor still got mad juice. See, I should have done the other skills first because of that iframe. Oh man, the torque on that fourth skill though. When you pop 5 and you start spinning, the damage is just kind of savage. It's kind of righteous. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of righteous. Oh, look at that gas. Look at that gas. Man, Thor, you're not getting lucky with any of this. So we're going to hit the 100-second challenge here for sure. Oh, he survives the snap. Boom! Yeah! That was sweet. So we survived the snap. We actually got snapped on, and it took like took a big chunk out of Thor, but he muscled. He tanked his way out of that, and then he finished him off, if you didn't notice, in 99 seconds. So he did not make me a liar, because I said we're gonna do the 100-second challenge, and then we almost failed it. I want to do a couple more tests here. I want to see how he does on stage 6 too, because you actually need him for the fragment. So he actually farms very, very fast in case you need someone sort of like Human Torch. Not quite as fast as Human Torch, I would say, but definitely very, very fast. And it has to do with that fifth skill and how it sort of just follows him around. So you just pop it and then just run through these crowds. And as you can see, they just spawn in and instantly get lightningified. And then his second skill has really good movement. Oh, I got feared. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Yeah, this is not quite Human Torch speed. but I think this is a lot better than most characters. His movement speed in between is a little slow, that's all. Thor is just a little slow on his feet, that's all. He had too much mead to drink this morning, you know what I'm saying? He had just a little bit too much in the gas tank. He was playing Fortnite with Korg. I'm sorry. I didn't make up that scene, all right? Blame Kevin Feige, don't blame me. Boom! So he gets that done in what? How long was that? 32 seconds? 35 seconds? I don't know, to be honest with you. Let's see. Oh, they don't time it. Okay. Well, he got it done. I guess you could go back and tell me in the comments. First person I see to tell me how long it was in the comments, I'll heart the comments. Sorry about that. I should have timed it myself. But we did get a synergy, which is pretty nice. Thor giving back to the less fortunate. Not that I'm the less fortunate. All right, last test here. I want to see how Thor does against this last Thanos fight. This might be a little bit. This might come as a shock to you. This might be a bit of a weird test, but I don't have War Tiger or Elsa. But anywho, this Thanos fight is actually really hard. Not because of his HP or anything like that, but he just has a lot of phases that he goes through. And so if you can have enough raw damage to push through and dodge some of the phases, especially because the arena is really small, it can actually make the fight a lot easier. So in the case of not having all of the characters, right, if you have Cable Tier 3 and you have Elsa Transcended and War Tiger Transcended, you want to use all 3 of those for sure. But in the case where you only have 2 of the characters, or you only have 1, but you still want to play the mission because you still have, 25 to 75% chance to get the fragment anyways, then you might want to consider using a character like Human Torch or like Thor, as long as they can, blow through the stage fast enough, right? Because if you have that empty spot, why not put a character there who's going to be able to do enough damage to kind of bypass, so he can't bypass here. Yeah, like this one's pretty tough. So being able to bypass this one, because if those lasers hit you, you're toast. And if the tornadoes hit you, you're double toast. I don't want to be toast, man. Yeah, we get right to the next. We get right to the next phase, but we don't skip. I was looking for the skip, hoping for the skip, hungering for the skip. Let's see if we can skip right to the end here. Oh, not quite, but he's not far off. He's not far off. Did you see that? Not far off. Then I'm gonna finish him here. Oh, no? Oh, I guess not. Oh, there we go. Not bad. Not bad. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but keep in mind I didn't use a leadership. Oh, we got a fragment too, see? So yeah, it's worth running. So, that was pretty fun. I gotta say, I'm impressed with Thor. I'll definitely try him in higher level content. I want to see, depending on the restrictions, just how high he can go. I believe against Knull, his limit would be 24. Because after that, it goes female, and then it goes blast, and then it goes villain, and then it actually goes agility ability. Agility ability. So yeah, I think 24 is the absolute maximum that Thor can do. So maybe we'll do a follow-up video where we showcase just how high he can go and just how impressive that is. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.